Welcome to this episode of Variations. We hope you will be inspired by our words, our music, and our images. Today, we're still talking about sin, and we're talking about ethics, and we're asking ourselves the question, does the end justify the means? I'm glad you're watching.
To feed my daughter, when all hope is lost, what then? Down to what level are you stooping? The world knows he's not stupid. For love, deep execution. A parent's deep love, any means necessary. To pardon a prisoner, a mismanagement of their time, a simple lapse in the lizard. He's 34 on his third tour, about to lose his wife. She can't stand the war no more. He aims to reply by, I was only following orders. He's left his soul in a desert hole or high upon a mountainside. He sighs, it's too hard to go inside his mind. It's hard to hide, it seems, within society. The sleepless nights, ain't nobody praying for me. If all lives matter, and he's thanked for his service, why are you so nervous or practicing avoidance, out of sight and out of mind? At times it seems that humankind is so unkind and so out of touch. You know what? We're in a rut. Time is up. We've got work to do. Your huddled masses, whipped and mistreated, recent, yearning to be free. Alas, some given passes, others left hapless, sadness. If loose lips sink ships with silent lips, tell me this. Where does your love end? Or where does your love begin? Hola, ¿cómo está, my friend?
Consider this. There's a runaway train barreling down the track. Up ahead, there are 5 people tied to the track, unable to move. You are standing in the train yard next to a lever. The lever, if you pull it, will divert the train to a side track. But you notice that there is one person on the track, unable to get out of the way. You have a choice. Do you pull the lever so that the trolley will go to the other side of the track, killing one person? Or do you do nothing, in which case the trolley will continue down the main track and kill 5 people? Those are your only choices. What's the right thing to do? Ethics is the attempt to tell us what the right thing to do is, what are the good and moral acts. Ethics tries to define morality, prescribe moral norms, and then apply them to specific instances. Now, there are 2 basic schools of thought. The first suggests that an action is determined to be either good or bad, right or wrong, based on the consequences of those actions. Yep, you've heard it before. It's the old saying, the end justifies the means. But it gets more complicated than that. Questions such as these are required in order to make a good determination about what to do. Questions like, is a good consequence guaranteed? What if the good consequence is really only a minor consequence? Does that make a difference? Is a good consequence simply something that avoids pain and provides a good feeling? Or should it be a grander consequence like life, knowledge, freedom? Should actions seek to maximize the best possible consequence? Or is a minimal improvement good enough to validate the actions? What if it takes a series of questionable actions to make a good consequence? Can all those actions be called good? What if the consequences benefit one person over another? Or should we hope to benefit everyone involved equally? Would an outside observer think of the consequences as good? That's a lot to go through your mind before you decide what you're going to do. The second school of thought, it suggests that it's not the consequences of the actions that make the actions right or wrong. It is the motive of the person who carries out the act The motive should be a sense of duty, duties such as keeping promises, telling the truth, making amends, returning kindnesses, duty to act with justice, to not hurt others, or to do the most good you can. Acts out of duty are all good moral acts, regardless of the consequences. And then, maybe there's a threshold where a sense of duty doesn't work anymore. The consequences are too dire, and at that point, maybe we move to the other one. We'll do whatever we can to produce a different consequence. The moral dilemma arises when the demands of one duty violates another duty, hence the train dilemma. The moral dilemma arises when the demands of one duty violates another duty, hence the runaway train dilemma. There have been times when I've wondered, why do people do what they do, and how can people live with themselves? Well, there are different starting places that lead to different actions. There are circumstances that surround each action, most of which we are unaware. I hope this conversation of ethics has at least informed you about some of that. It is complicated. It is humbling to see how complicated it can be, how hard it is to know what the right thing to do is. It is clear that my rash judgment of people's decisions is far too simplistic. Rather than judgment, given the complexity, it might be a better tact to seek to understand. It's something to think about. I'm really grateful that you've joined us for these episodes of Variations. I hope you have found something to think about and some inspiration that will get you through the week. If you did, I invite you to like us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and invite your friends or your family to watch with us. And in the comment section down below, what do you think about the ends justifying the means? Let me know. See you next time.